Okay, we're going to play before the game gets shut down. Zayne's Pride and Prejudice card. It's not really Pride and Prejudice. I know this is more just like, you know, Regency drama, but that's all right. That's okay. I am unsure about how his accent is going to sound, but Beck did ask for this in English, so we'll play it in English. Let me know if there's anything up with the sound quality for anyone who's in here. Okay. Oh, also, my phone, I got it to do phone mirroring, so it's going to be a lot easier to do things like this now because I can just use my phone. Like, I can just touch my phone, which is how it should have always been. All right, let's begin. 8. I never know what I'm supposed to press for these things. Okay. Dawn and Devotion. It says I've done it, but that's because I wanted to make sure I saved it in Korean, so I already recorded that just via my phone. Anyway. But I don't exactly remember anything, to be honest. I did it while I was at work. Okay. Sorry, so many disclaimers. Let's begin.
Mr. Ross, I entreat you to attend to your niece. She has conducted herself most oddly this morning.
Sturdy arms block her path when she tries to reach the study's when. Sorry, let me try again. Sturdy arms block her path when she tries to reach the study's door. Ready to fight, Mrs. Ross arches her eyebrows. She finds an opening and ducks into the space beside her. Then she slams the door shut with a bang.
Why are you suddenly in such a bad temper? Your fiancé's carriage will be arriving shortly.
Fiancé? Already?
He has traveled all the way from the capital. Will you not grant him, at the very least, a brief audience? You are being most unreasonable.
Capital? Like London? All right. She presses her back against the door with all her strength. Mom, I've told you already. You're mistaken. Okay, I should not do a British accent. Never mind. I'm not engaged to anyone, and I have no intention of meeting any fiancé. The knocking turns from hurried to urgent to frantic. The thick oak door shudders, and the impact reverberates on her spine. She quickly looks around the room, and her gaze lands on a long leather sofa. A few minutes later, she collapses onto the sofa that's pushed up against the door. She exhales. Phew, this should hold them off for a while. I was watching a movie with Zayne earlier. How did I wind up in this mansion? Okay. Notifications. My notifications are showing. All right, hang on a second. Just because we do need to be careful about, you know, revealing personal information. I'm gonna... Oh, this is okay. And it makes it a little bigger anyway. Also, my food is here. An hour ago, they were watching an old film at a new private movie theater in Lincoln. The story follows a squire's daughter and a nobleman who were betrothed from a young age, but a misunderstanding drove a wedge between them and they eventually drifted apart. Years later, the misunderstanding was cleared up, but the two were already married to someone else. All that remains is a nod of farewell on the stone bridge where they first met. The glow of the screen danced across their clasped hands as Zayne lowered his voice and shared his thoughts about the leading actor's choices. Nodding at times and retorting occasionally, she cradled the popcorn. It was a normal experience. Then they reached the final scene. The fog on the screen suddenly billowed out. It spread before her eyes and covered everything. When her vision cleared, Zayne was gone. The popcorn, the screen, the entire room had vanished without a trace. In front of her was an unfamiliar dining table, and on the other side was an incessantly chatty woman, Mrs. Ross. Judging by the decor and their clothes, this place is nothing like Lincoln. If anything, it reminds me of that movie we were watching. She still remembers how another hand held hers a few seconds ago. She lifts her hand. Zayne, where is he now? 1,000 possibilities rush into her head and tangle up into a messy ball of yarn. She has no idea how to unravel it. She stares up at the unfamiliar ceiling, feeling lost. Sensing a familiar Sensing a faint metaflux fluctuation from the bookshelf, she sits up. She thinks for a bit before walking over and pulling out the book. She opens the heavy corner. On the title page, decorated with an intricate pattern, several lines of dark ink slowly appear. Hello, miss. Thank you and Mr. Zayne for... sorry, it's weird that his name is Zayne. I'm sorry, I can't handle that. We're gonna call him Zayne Darcy. Thank you and Mr. Darcy for coming to Subdimension Cinema and choosing to watch 2 impressions. This movie world exists for the 2 of you. We invite you to cast aside your worries and enjoy the story. Movie world? Where is Zayne and how do we get out of here? Silence. Then there's a crisp clap as the book closes. When she opens it again, the words on the title page are gone. Refusing to give up, she flips through dozens more of pages. But all of them are blank. She has no choice but to set it aside for now. At least I know for sure that Zayne is somewhere in this world too. I just need to find him, then we can figure out a way to leave together. She walks slowly to the window, her gaze wandering to the world outside the glass pane. Although the morning rain has left a veil of mist over the distant meadows, she can still see a stone bridge in the distance. It's the bridge where the protagonists first met and where they said goodbye for the last time. I guess I'm the leading actress in this movie now. In that case, could my fiancé be... Her thoughts are interrupted by a measured knock on the door. Then a familiar voice speaks from the other side. Before we hear his voice, let me just grab my food. Hi, Potato! Oh my gosh, he does live. Potato, how are you feeling about the World Cup? Are you watching? Kathy is paying a lot of attention. I'm so sorry, guys. I ran to get my food. I'm back now. We are playing Love in Deepspace before they nuke the game. Her thoughts are interrupted by a measured knock on the door, then a familiar voice speaks from the other side.
Miss, may I request a private word with you?
Can you hear him? You're listening to Zayne's accent, in his British accent. How is it? His voice is so soft. It's so weird to listen to him in English, because I never listen to him in English. As she shoves the sofa out of the way, she mentally kicks herself for choosing the heaviest one to block the door. She's so stupid. Sorry. At last, the study door opens slightly. There's a young, elegant face of a man. Zayne, I was wondering where I could find you. She reaches to the gap, but Zayne quietly takes a half step back.
Miss, I must forego the liberty of kissing your hand, for it would be improper given our current circumstance.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. It's so weird. It's so weird to hear him with a British accent.
Do allow me to introduce myself. I am Zayne.
You get away with so many shenanigans that should get me fired, but you don't. Okay, I'm glad you don't get fired. In the parlor, she sits at the opposite end of a long table from Zayne, trying to make sense of the situation. Okay, let me go through everything again. Your name is Zayne? He seems slightly bewildered, but he nods. You're a cardiac surgeon at Axel Hospital. You live in the Imperial Ring District. A flicker of confusion crosses his face, but she's not going to stop just yet. Your favorite and least favorite foods are? Macarons are your favorite dessert and you hate carrots.
Miss, we share the same desire. I am here to annul our engagement.
Can you annul an engagement? I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. I'm pretty sure you don't annul engagements.
You need not affect displays of disorderly conduct in hopes of giving me a negative impression.
He just said, you don't gotta act crazy around me. I'm sorry. I'll stop. It's very funny. Okay, it is weird to only see part of his head, so I will do this and just risk whatever comes up. Okay, And now she knows for sure. The Zayne before her doesn't remember anything about Lincoln City. At this moment, he is the noble, wealthy young bachelor from the movie. He's also under the impression that she's desperately trying to break off the engagement, and he has no plans to change her mind. So, the Zayne in this movie also wants to break off the engagement?
If there are no objections to annulling the engagement, we should settle the matter of compensation.
Huh?
I intend to hand you Morley Manor, one of my estates.
An example of maintenance are the only ones allowed to walk on belt, but maintenance and you are buddy-buddy, so belt jam. Maintenance too busy, potato gets on belt. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, that means that, isn't... I feel like that's like a way of saying you do extra work for free. Is that what you're doing, potato? You will keep this building running? Yeah, apparently. They need you. Okay. I took a bite and now I'll continue. For the next few minutes, Zayne briefly explains what she'll receive. She knows he's wealthy in the movie, but the sheer generosity of this offer still leaves her flabbergasted. Hold on. Wasn't I the one trying to break our engagement? Why are you giving me all this?
Morley Manor belonged to your grandfather prior to being sold. One could say I am merely returning it to its rightful owner. You will thus be spared the inconvenience of residing in a small, dreary abode together with distant relatives.
Oh, he's trying to save us from the, Sense and Sensibility fate. It's a hassle to wait for them, so if you're there, you might as well. She sighs but can't stop herself from asking one last hopeful question. Is there nothing else you want to say to me? It do be fun to get on belts. With a serious expression, he thinks for a few seconds.
Should you be concerned about gossip following the dissolution of our engagement, my father has a cousin, Lady Herlin, who will soon be visiting the county.
Okay, he's accounting for...
She enjoys considerable esteem in the capital, and the young noblewomen she takes under her wing never fail to distinguish themselves during the social season.
Oh my god, he's basically saying, I can get you I can get you a replacement soon. That's worse, though. If they're engaged already, and if it's known, right? And then she gets engaged to another gentleman. Well, I guess it would just mean that, like, you know, she got a better deal. I don't know. I need to revisit the etiquette of this time. And when is this social season? Girl, you cannot ask that. You get a pass because you're a competent worker? Same. Like, I feel like that's how it works, you know?
Every year in late spring, distinguished families host balls and charity dinners. It is a time for young ladies and gentlemen to present themselves and get acquainted.
That's so silly that he would say this because, like, he should just be like, what? So you're annulling our engagement and encouraging me to meet other people?
It is merely a suggestion. Whether you heed it or not is up to you, miss. If you wish, I can arrange for you to meet my aunt at the manor.
She breathes in and out. She reminds herself that getting upset with a Zayne who doesn't remember anything is pointless. Yeah, I can see why she's pissed, though. Alright, I'd like to meet Lady Herlin. Wait, if his aunt is a lady, okay. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean he's a lord. It could be up from his mother's side. Alright. By the way, will you be staying at the manor as well? The astonishment in Zayne's eyes is unmistakable.
After our engagement has been annulled, it would be improper of us to meet as frequently.
What do you mean as frequently? This is our first time meeting.
I have some matters to attend to in the capital. Once everything is settled, I doubt not that we shall meet again.
I know they're trying to make him sound more fancy, but that just made him sound more awkward. It should be, I don't doubt that we shall meet again. The refusal in his words is clear, yet it was delivered so politely that it's hard to be offended. She maintains eye contact with him for a while, ew, and the assumption in her heart slowly solidifies. On the surface, Zayne has taken care of every last detail. The terms are generous, everything has been arranged with her best interest in mind. But in reality, it's his way of neatly ending an engagement he never wanted and drawing a clear line between them. I have to admit, Zayne is thorough. She looks down at her hand resting on the teacup and refuses to let the small sting of disappointment spread. She still doesn't know how this world works, but she knows one thing for certain. She can't let Zayne walk out of her life. I accept your conditions. However, to suddenly take over a massive estate, I'm not sure where to even begin. True. Wait, where are your parents, girl? Or is she, like, living with her aunt and uncle because she's an orphan? Okay, very confusing. I was hoping you might be able to spare some time to advise me, Mr. Zayne. I don't like that. I was hoping you might be able to spare some time to advise me, Mr. Darcy. Perhaps we can start after you return from the capital?
But
Sensing he's about to refuse on grounds of propriety, she quickly adds, of course we'll only converse during formal occasions where Lady Hurlin is present, such as afternoon tea. Wait, Hey. She says she doesn't know how this world works, but she's getting into the language pretty smoothly. Surely you wouldn't turn down a small favor for your former fiancé, Mr. Darcy.
very well.
Zayne places a hand on his chest and gives a graceful bow.
A carriage for Morley Manor shall be waiting for you in 3 days' time. I trust our discussion will bring about a satisfactory resolution for the two of us.
What? It's not that I don't understand the sentence. It's more that, like, what do you mean you trust? You're doing it. You've already resolved it. What are you talking about? It's been 2 weeks since she arrived at Morley Manor. Following Zayne's arrangements, Lady Hurlin and she have had several pleasant meetings at the manor and things are going well. The only catch is that Zayne hasn't shown his face again after he introduced them on the first day. If I knew he'd vanished like this, I would have made up some excuse to join him in the capital.
A lady must be graceful at all times, even upon horseback. To properly ride side saddle is to display...
Concerned the pony might buck the noblewoman off her saddle, she carefully maintains a tight grip on the reins. My lady, please do get down. It'll be easy to fall from that position. Lady Hurlin gives her a gentle smile.
How curious. You are the second person to advise me so. The first was... Zayne.
What a coincidence.
Indeed. You should talk to each other some more over the coming days. You might find you have much in common.
Is he back? I thought he was still in the capital.
He returned just the day before yesterday. Though he may not be found too often at the manor, you are bound to see him sooner or later.
He returned but hasn't notified me. I haven't even seen him during the mealtime. It looks like Zayne is trying to avoid me. Sensing her dejection, Lady Hurlin leans in and pats the back of her hand reassuringly.
Miss, the young are apt to let first impressions cloud their judgment, and fail to inquire further.
That's the plot of Pride and Prejudice.
For my part, I believe you will see each other differently after spending some more time together. And I have always noticed how the hand that first grabs the reins determines the course.
Ooh, that's a nice, gentle little push.
Speaking of which, yesterday I heard the butler complain that Zayne's boots are perpetually muddied. I suspect he's been frequenting the neighboring farm.
Taking her hint, she grins and gets on a grey pony. Thank you, my lady. Oh my god, that hat! Oh my god, that hat. Following Lady Erlin's suggestion, she sees a familiar figure at the edge of the farm. She pulls her pony to a stop, leads it by the reins, and quietly creeps up to him. She taps Zayne on his left shoulder while standing to his right. He turns, shifting his briefcase further behind his back. If you hadn't tried to hide that briefcase, I wouldn't have wondered what's inside.
Do you often pry into the affairs of others?
We were engaged for half a day. Isn't it cold to use the phrase others? Is your briefcase heavy? My pony can carry it for you.
I am obliged to you for the offer, yet I fear your pony would not bear us both.
Oh, you want to ride with me? Call back to the first meeting that we had with him when he gave us a ride on his motorcycle. Before he can say no, she grabs the briefcase and hoists it onto the pony. It's heavier than I thought. Let's walk the rest of the way together. The manor isn't far away.
Miss, you ought not to be here.
And you should still be in the capital. You took care of everything? Without missing a beat, Zayne steps out of the field. She quickens her pace to keep up.
Your curiosity regarding me knows no bounds.
That's because you've been acting mysterious. I was almost going to talk to your portrait and ask. Mr. Darcy on the wall, why have you returned only to watch other people's vegetables instead of seeing me at all?
If portraits were able to talk, I fear I would have more troubling matters to worry about. This farm forms part of my property in Keratin County. I have neither the time nor the inclination to manage someone else's estate.
Keratin County. She looks across the field. Bright splashes of orange-red peek out from under the lush green leaves. Your property is a field of carrots?
It is only proper that I patronize our local produce.
I'm sorry, I'll stop laughing. It's just that particular delivery, because of the accent, made him sound so codgerly. Like, he just sounded so old. Oh my gosh. That's suspicious. Zayne is clearly hiding something, but it'll be extremely difficult to get an answer out of him. Using those long legs to his advantage, Zayne walks faster. Sensing his intent to leave her behind, she gets on her pony and follows him. Produce. What's wrong, Zayne? Sorry, what's wrong, Mr. Darcy? Are you scared I'll catch up?
I do not generally contend on foot with one mounted on horseback.
He sounds even older when they make him talk like that. However, his pace slows. It slows down a lot. After that day, Zayne still regularly heads out with his briefcase, but he's more careful about cleaning off his boots. And whenever he returns, a few more dishes with local produce will appear on the dining table. Carrot wine, roasted chicken with carrots, carrot pie. Even if you own a carrot field, it doesn't mean we need to eat carrots at every meal. Zayne keeps his eyes on his plate and calmly cuts a slice of honey carrot pie.
The villagers harvested them and offered them to me. To refuse would have been uncivil. If this does not suit your taste, we may dine apart.
That's not the point. I was trying to ask. Wait, did his preferences change because we're in a movie? Hi, Beck! Oh my god, we're doing the card. And he sounds occasionally codgerly, so it's a little bit strange. Mr. Darcy, do you even like carrots? That breath. His silence tells her everything. It's a no. Strangely relieved, she tosses table manners aside and snatches the carrot pie from him. Carrots are in season for months. You'll get sick of them at this rate. If you're really going to eat all of them, at least let me share the burden. Oh, look at that smile. Oh. Zayne, still holding the knife, pauses. To her surprise, his face, which has been expressionless since they arrived in this world, now reveals the faintest hint of a smile. Do the funny thing, copy. Listen, I wanted to start by copying the British accent, but I got too embarrassed. I did one line. I'll try again for you. But, okay. He slides an untouched plate of carrot stew towards her.
If it pleases you, you may have mine.
That's cute. Why did you buy a huge carrot field if you don't even like carrots?
I do not presume to dictate what others sow in their fields. You, however, do ask a great many questions, yet without ever disclosing your purpose.
Okay, so the setup is they went to watch a movie, and then fog billowed out from the movie and took them into the movie, and they have to finish the movie. But as players. Produce. Yeah, he's obsessed with the produce. Don't worry about it. I can't believe it was... Yeah, I don't know if I could do it for a full card, but I'll keep trying my best. Zayne's gaze is fixated on her as if he already knows what she's thinking. But if she wants to find out what he's been up to, she needs to keep asking. This is the laziest. I love it. Yeah. I don't have any ulterior motives. The manor is too big and I'm bored by myself. I needed someone to talk to.
So I am merely your novel pastime.
His regular accent is coming out here. That's not what I meant. Think of it as us helping each other. Take me with you when you go out, and I'll help you deal with the carrots.
A most generous offer. I am to take you sightseeing, and in exchange, you are to unburden me of my harvest.
You sure are, buddy. Yeah, he is our novel pastime. Literally. If there were a course on how to say no without being rude, Zayne could teach it. Just as she's racking her brain for an emotional appeal, she feels something cool brush against the back of her hand. A glass of carrot juice has appeared at her side.
You offered to give a helping hand, did you not?
How much of this is from the book? None of it! None of this. This is actually an original story with elements from the book. I think the visuals are taken from the 2005 movie, like the aesthetic and the scenes that we'll see later, but most of the story is original. I don't know if Pride and Prejudice is in the public domain now. I don't remember, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't have, like, you know, the rights to that. Seeing that he's about to take the glass back, she grabs Zayne's hand and chugs the drink. Chug. Deal.
I had not intended that you should drink it all at once.
You're good at it. Good at what? Think of it as proof of my resolve. Mr. Darcy, stop trying to push me away with your icy facade. It won't work on me. Oh god, that was bad. It is. It's like 100 years for public domain. Nice. He looks surprised for a moment, then his hand covers hers as she's holding his wrist. She can feel his warmth. But he quickly regains his composure and gently pries her hand from his.
Very well. I accept your offer.
There was like an element at the beginning of like just a brief mention of a circumstance from Sense and Sensibility, a mention of, you know, Pride and Prejudice, like prejudicial feelings upon first impressions. The name of the movie is called Two Impressions, which is definitely, I think, a reference to the Pride and Prejudice novel because Jane Austen's original title for that was First Impressions. So, yeah. Your accent is better than Xavier's? Yay. His brooch was wild, like a metal-coated dead spider. Yeah. Zayne kept his word. For the past few days, he has brought her along to all the places he visits. He hasn't gone back to the farm, though. Instead, he does what nobles typically do: horseback riding, archery, and drinking tea. The only routine activity he never misses is visiting the library. Look, he's got a monocle! Oh my god. I don't understand. Is only one eye bad? I don't get it. Sunlight glides over the gilded crests on the book spines. Trying to look nonchalant, she tiptoes past the shelves and plucks out a book. Through the gap between the books, she can see Zayne at his desk. Wearing a monocle, he writes with utter concentration. It's cute. Glad the fanfic writers clearly read the OG. Yeah, they definitely took inspiration from, like, probably various novels. The broken engagement, like, could be a reference. I guess there are multiple, like, you know, broken engagements. One glass is cheaper than two. Yeah, he, the nobleman, can't afford two lenses, sure. He looks really handsome while wearing that. Her admiring gaze lingers for too long, but suddenly the eye behind the lens looks at her.
If you would avoid attracting notice, I advise picking a slimmer volume.
This is the one I want to read. Clutching the book, she sheepishly wow, that's a tongue twister. Sheepishly shuffles over to his desk. The privilege of being a rich man in the 1800s. Meanwhile, MC is putting poison on her face and spending hours on a wig only to do embroidery. Listen, the men wore wigs too. At least the judges did. Seeing her opposite him, Zayne puts down his pen, removes the monocle, and places it on the desk. No, put the monocle back on! Yeah, his brooch is quite interesting, isn't it?
Should curiosity prompt you, you may try it on.
What? No, I wasn't...
Pray excuse me.
Why did he say it like that? Why did he say it like that? His fingers shield her right eye, and a gentle warmth brushes against her brow. Something cool presses against her eye. The world is hazy for a moment. Only the warmth from Zayne comes into focus. It draws her in and makes her want to move closer. His accent makes... Yeah, I know. I've been laughing like every other line.
Do not open your eyes too hastily. Otherwise... this is what will happen.
Her vision returns, and she sees the monocle has slipped into his palm. He puts the monocle back over his right eye and pushes a leather-bound book her way.
If not the monocle, perhaps it is these volumes that engage your interest.
Yes, exactly. She lowers her head and pretends to flip through the pages. In disbelief, she flips through more. Wait, what language is this? What? Strange strokes from indecipherable characters on the page, which at least save her the effort of continuing to pretend.
You are most ambitious to begin the study of an ancient script with a medical treatise.
You gave her the book, bro! He pulls another volume from the neat stack on his desk and hands it to her.
Here is the translation, if you wish to consult it.
He needs the monocle. Examine the protein. Him, it's Korean. Oh, God.
It is not likely to be published anytime soon. You must content yourself with the manuscript.
Are you publishing it? Common Diseases and Prevention, translated by Zayne Darcy.
It is but a humble compilation of my own. Should you discover any errors, pray bring them to my notice.
It's all right. I'd never doubt your professional expertise. Zayne quirks a brow, but he doesn't ask why she
If that is all,
so sure. Oh my
I shall
God.
now continue my work.
I am not having it today with the fricatives. The pen resumes its steady rhythm. She looks at the pages Zayne translated. The handwriting is neat and the margins are brimming with concise notes and symbols. It's what he does. Even without his memories, and although he's not a doctor in this world, Zayne is still doing what he can. That's just who he is. The afternoon slips by. Lulled by the gentle scratches of his pen against paper, the worlds before her start to blur. Oh, that's kind of cute. Like, he wants to contribute in some way, but like as like a nobleman, or as a gentleman rather. As a gentleman, he can't really be a doctor, right? Like, he can't be a gentleman and a doctor. So he's helping to translate books. Zayne in a movie world, carefully writing in Korean. Apply honey to the bottom to drive out the cold rumors. The cold humor. Oh no. Oh my God. When she looks up again, they're sharing an ordinary afternoon in Lincoln City. Zayne is typing on his keyboard at his desk. She's leaning against him and studying a mission report. Occasionally, she showed him something on her phone. When he stands, she reflexively grabs the edge of his sleeve. Where are you going? And you're writing nonsense. Listen, he doesn't know that, okay? The two worlds blur into one. Zayne adjusts his monocle and a small smile plays on his lips.
I had not expected my translation to prove so very soporific. What did you dream of?
Who was using the word soporific? Then I had the wildest dream. You had a monocle in New Korean. The memory of the dream brings a smile to her face. It was a prophetic dream. I saw us in the future.
Indeed. And what was to be expected hereafter?
A lot of things. You're going to hopelessly fall in love with me, swear to stay by my side forever, write me 1,000 love poems and read them to me every day. Girl! This is how you know she's not, like, a Regency lady, because no way she would be this forward. After, bro, that's American. Well, now I'm using that word. Produce. Are you going to use the word produce? Oh no, soporific, right? Oh my gosh. Without warning, he leans in. He's so close that their breaths intermingle. Whoa, that's way too close for a gentleman. Mr. Darcy. Her words die on her lips, and she instinctively tilts her head up. She closes her eyes. She closes her eyes as she leans toward him. I'm so terrible at acting. So is Zayne, apparently. They've done it many times before. Zayne. His surprise only lasts a heartbeat. He pulls back, composing himself, and then he flicks her forehead. Inappropriate touching. Their 1800s bang. I know. Intense eye contact was basically like finger fucking. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Mr. Darcy.
You say you knew what was to come. Why then did you remain still?
Life settles into a peaceful rhythm, and the quiet undercurrent between Zayne and her continues unspoken. Me at the local market. Can I have a look at that produce? Oh my gosh. They set out together again today. She noticed Zayne has his briefcase in hand. Under the bright midday sun, the small cottage by the fields smells like fresh grass. How long have they been in this AU? Probably like a month at least. But okay, here's the thing. In Pride and Prejudice, because Jane gets sick, I think Lizzie spends like a month or two staying over at the Netherfield estate to take care of her while, you know, the whatevers and Mr. Darcy are there. So like it's pretty normal during this time to like have very long house visits. if you are of the you know, gentlemanly class. Inside, Zayne packs away the bandages and scissors, then he places a bottle of medicinal powder on the table.
Keep out of the rain. Should you develop a fever, infuse this powder of willow bark in water and drink it.
Water.
Mr. Zayne, we have little with which to repay your kindness. Pray accept these sweet cakes.
Travel was hard, okay? Might as well stay for like a month. Yeah, like when she shows up, when Elizabeth shows up at Netherfield, she is actually covered in mud because she chose to walk since Jane went on horseback, and they just had the one horse. So when she arrived, everybody was quite everybody else was quite shocked, but then Mr. Darcy was intrigued. You're gonna be lurking a bit. Hungry cats are demanding attention. Okay, enjoy the accents.
Very well. But do take greater care with that sickle. I shall not attend you a second time.
That's a lie. They spent the afternoon visiting houses. Zayne treats each patient with the same care and patience. Zayne. Oh my god, he's doing house calls. You're not a doctor. You're not allowed to be one. I'm just kidding. During this time, everyone was a doctor. After treating the last patient, he closes his briefcase and leads her out of the cottage. A warm breeze drifts across the fields. He casually deposits a basket full of grateful offerings into her arms. So this is your field research?
You may say so. The subjects of my research happen to be remarkably talkative.
Mr. Darcy, has anyone ever told you that you'd make a great doctor?
You have.
Oh, that's cute! She waits for him to continue. He doesn't. Am I the only one?
Whence arises this sudden interest?
Can I just say that that line is so out of place? He hasn't... You're not going to be using the word whence at this time. And also, like... I think they're mixing up, like, the older English that Xavier is supposed to have. Like, with the English that, like, Zayne is supposed to have. Because these are two different eras. The Englishes were very different. I'm sorry. This is just me being upset. Listen, if a hot guy shows up and offers me opium, I take it. Because, look at you. You're wealthy enough to buy a manor and give it to me like it's a head of lettuce. You can do whatever you want, or nothing at all. But you're trekking to all these houses under the scorching sun to help patients who can't afford sending for a physician. The only explanation I can come up with is that you genuinely enjoy it. Zayne neither denies nor agrees. He just smiles.
You believe acting without regard to my expenses must imply some sort of enjoyment.
Ooh. That's right.
And you have been accompanying me on such a long journey since the break of dawn. Does it mean?
Zayne quick say verily. Look, verily is a correct word. Zayne stops as if taken aback by what he's about to say. He looks away, his lips pressed into a thin line. Oh no, he was about to say, does that mean you like me? Yes, sir, it does. What were you about to say? They keep walking. Then she slowly realizes that Zayne's position in this world comes with its own chain. In this era, medicine isn't considered a respectable pursuit for someone of noble birth. Okay, so she shouldn't be calling him Mr. at all then, right? She should be calling him Lord, if he's actually a nobleman. Aristocrats aren't expected to toil in public. Choosing this profession would be seen as peculiar. I guess we can call him Lord Zayne? I don't know, that feels weird. I'm gonna keep calling him Mr. Darcy. You're keeping this from others because you hate dealing with gossip, right?
More or less so, yes.
He easily admitted it. Then, what if there were a world where you could follow your heart and become an incredible doctor? You'd study medicine as a professional and use your skills to change countless lives. Would you want to go back to, go to this world?
It appears as though you mean to carry me off.
I was just thinking, I know a doctor in that world. He's the best.
That is quite a high recommendation. I should very much like to make his acquaintance.
So un-Jesus-like of him. She laughs, the basket wobbling in her arms. I'm sure you will someday. My accent is like slipping in and out, sorry. This is not our Zayne. Yeah, this Zayne is, yeah, this is not our Zayne. This Zayne is, like, we entered this world and they have their memories, or like MC has memories, but Zayne doesn't. You're going vaguely. I know. Oh, okay. So funny that you mentioned you're going vaguely country. When British people try to do American accents, they more often come off Southern if they're not trained. Because I think it's because the commonalities between the vowels and stuff, between like a country accent and a British accent are actually very similar. So isn't that interesting? Okay, sorry. The trail through the fields narrows. They're walking shoulder to shoulder. Every now and then, his arm brushes against hers. The brief warmth disappears as quickly as it appears, but it lingers in her mind. The quiet stretches on. Amidst the rustling of clothes and grass, Zayne breaks the silence.
Perhaps I merely wish to be certain that the choices I make are indeed my own, and not just the consequences of a perceived duty.
Is that why he broke off the engagement?
Whether it be in tending the sick, in translating old volumes,
Oh, there it comes.
or even in the matter of our engagement at first.
What?
I have reflected upon it for some time, and I believe you ought to know.
He slows his pace and turns to her, his expression solemn.
I will speak plainly. I now see you in a different light. Yet, I do not regret annulling our engagement.
Oh, he's friend-zoning her. I'm kidding.
You are clever, witty, and exceedingly fair.
Dang.
Such qualities as these might win a heart with uncommon expedition.
Okay. So he says she's clever, witty, which is similar, but whatever. I mean, maybe whatever. And exceedingly fair. He just said she's beautiful. Yeah, wow.
You possess a vision and a path manifestly different from those who see marriage as the main purpose of this earthly life.
What has she been talking to him about?
It is meet that you choose the right person for yourself, rather than letting another determine what is best for you.
I don't know if I like the use of the word meet in this situation. He's so forward, I know, right? His words sound like compliments, but she can sense the distance he's creating. Feeling uneasy, she blurts out a rebuttal. How would you know what's right for me? The words are barely out before she wishes she could take them back. She knows it's not the right way of answering or asking a question if she truly wants an answer. She lowers her gaze and sees Zayne has clenched his hand as if he's holding himself back. Ooh.
I know because I saw how your eyes lit up when you spoke of that physician.
He's jealous of himself. Her I love carrots and primary care doctor. And he remembered that. And he thought that makes us incompatible.
That is why your future ought not to be bound by an engagement made for you beforehand.
Classic Zayne. But I never had those thoughts to speak of. Her words make Zayne's steps falter for a moment, but he doesn't stop. All these things you say seem to be for my own sake, the same as how you broke off my engagement. Our engagement? Excuse me, girl. But do you know what I want now? A breeze rolls through the field, rippling the grass between them.
I cannot answer that with certainty, miss. Yet I do attempt to use my discernment.
That was nicely delivered. I liked that line. Can we save that? I don't know how to save things. There we go. I don't remember how to do anything in this game because it's been so long since I've done a card. Oh, I figured out how to do phone mirroring, so I'm just using my fingers now. We can zoom in and out. We can finally zoom in and out and move around. If he was just doing medicine, then he's covered at least a bit in blood. Yeah, considering that one person seems to have just injured themselves with a sickle. Yeah, he probably is covered in some blood. Zayne and she still see each other often, but ever since that day, the relationship between them has become delicate and strained. When Lady Herlin visits Morley Manor again, she notices the tension.
I haven't seen you in a while. I thought everything would be going swimmingly between you two, yet it seems not to be the case.
I think her accent's pretty good. I wouldn't know for sure, but it sounds good. Maybe it's because she just speaks so clearly, you know? Under her kind yet piercing gaze, she can't hide her feelings anymore. She decides to pour out all her troubles from the past few days. I thought you'd be holding hands by now. Dude, no. If they were holding hands, that's actual fucking. I thought I made it obvious, but he still acts as if I need to explore my options and choose what's best for myself. I'm not picking cabbages in a field. A thoughtful look crosses her face as she taps her arm with her fan.
Pray leave this matter to me, miss. The social season is drawing near in the capital. If you are to make your debut at the ball, you must have a partner with whom to practice.
Debut? MC's like 14, you guys. If this is her debut, she's literally 14. Oh my god. Practice? Didn't know holding hands would make you pregnant. How dare bang me? Is she spelling bad? No, it's debut at the ball because like when you make your debut, like you're entering society and like you're putting yourself on the market, right? So she's like 14. I'm kidding. I know they age people up for the historical fiction, but like if we're being realistic. Their palms meet, their steps intertwine, and the unspoken tension between them rises and falls with the rhythm. Mr. Darcy, do you like dancing?
I may, depending on who happens to be my partner.
That's a very different answer. If he was really Mr. Darcy, he would say that he avoids it whenever he has a chance. They're begging in public. Well, that's the one time that's the one time that they're able to like communicate and touch, is because like it is at balls, and that's why like people look so forward to them, because they could actually interact with the opposite sex. So it's okay to hold hands if you're dancing. Not okay to hold hands if you are just hanging out. Yeah. Many rules. There were very many rules.
One may always plead an aversion to dancing as a polite refusal to an unwelcome invitation.
Okay, this is definitely referencing Pride and Prejudice. It sounds like you're an expert at declining invitations.
They say that practice makes perfect.
Jesus.
To refuse demands practice as well.
You mean balls? Yeah.
Come, try declining my invitation to dance.
I don't think that's necessary.
If you do not practice beforehand, then at the ball.
Ball. The ball?
Lady Harlan informed me that you are looking forward to the ball that will be held in the capital, and that you've been preparing rather earnestly.
Noticing the faint displeasure. Oh my god, that was a bit violent. Noticing the faint displeasure in his voice, she moves closer as they dance. She looks up at him and spins. Is that so? Do you want me to go? His steps falter slightly and his grip on her hand tightens.
Were I to say no, would you indeed give it up?
A crack beneath the frozen surface has finally appeared. The doubt in her heart gives way to certainty. Now's the time to press her advantage. Didn't you say that I shouldn't be confined to this place? So I thought about it. If I go to the capital, I'll see a bigger world. I'll see a bigger world and meet more promising young gentlemen. Maybe one of them will gift me an even grander estate. Maybe someone will buy me Carrollton County in its entirety. He pulls her even closer, his hand resting firmly on her waist.
Is that all you seek in a lifetime companion?
Yes, money. Wealth and a grand estate, that's all we need. Well, he should at least be better than my ex-fiancé. Otherwise, what was the point of ending that engagement? The music fills the sudden silence. They continue to turn around each other slowly. Neither of them speaks. Who is playing the music? Because there has to be an actual person playing. Just as she thinks they'll dance like this until the end.
As soon as you had received my portrait, you expressed a wish to break off our engagement. May I ask why?
Seriously? She looked at a picture of him and was like, nah, really? This face? Girl, you are dumb. Mula and Lan, yes, girl. She's at a loss for words. The truth is, she had no idea then that her fiancé was Zayne. She's still scrambling for an excuse when Zayne asks another question.
Did you find my appearance disagreeable?
Who would find this appearance disagreeable? Who? She stares at his face. He's so close that she can count his eyelashes. She takes a deep breath. Mr. Darcy, I swear you're going to drive me insane. Two weeks later, the ball! It's time for the ball, guys. We're gonna find ourselves a top. She steps down from the carriage and looks back at Zayne. He doesn't move. And then find that, the top was with us all along. Aren't you coming with us?
I must return several volumes to the public library. We must part here.
Let's go top shopping, pretty much. What if I find a better dance partner tonight? Maybe there will be some Mr. Zayne or Sir Zayne?
Then he must secure a carriage of his own.
Lady Hurlin calls for her. She hesitates for a moment before walking into the banquet hall. He has to go to the library, sure, yeah. Banquets in the capital are nothing like the ones in Carrollton County. They're dazzling, boisterous, and lavish to the extreme. Lady Hurlin lives up to her reputation as a darling of high society. The moment she appears, a crowd of young ladies flocks to her side. She slips away to a quieter corner and finds her mind wandering back to Zayne. We can't keep tiptoeing around each other forever.
May I have the honor of standing up with you for the first dance this evening, miss?
Okay, this accent is not very clear. Like, this person is, like, trying their hardest and they are struggling. It's okay. I feel you. I feel you, man. I'm in the same place. They don't even serve carrot juice here, my word. Her thoughts are interrupted. She stares at the hand extended toward her, but all she can think of is the one who practiced with her. Poor interns, yeah. She shakes her head firmly. I'm sorry, but I don't like dancing. Oh my gosh. This would be so rude. She can't refuse an offer to dance. Oh my gosh. She's already ruining her debut. How did Miss Hurlin not teach, or Mrs. Hurlin not teach her this? Or sorry, Lady Hurlin. She turns to leave, only to see Zayne standing behind her. He's holding out his hand.
Were another gentleman to ask you, would your answer be any different?
You got a shower? Okay, enjoy your shower. Weren't you going to return the books to the library?
A matter of greater consequence detained me. Miss, this evening is more than a mere occasion for merriment. It marks your entrance into high society.
She is 14. The library was just down the hall.
Or a courteous nod may be misconstrued as eagerness to accept a gentleman's advances.
Oh my gosh, that also feels like a line out of, like, not a line exactly, but it's like, it feels, I guess. No, yeah, it sounds a bit like Charlotte talking to Lizzie. I appreciate the advice, Mr. Darcy, but I know how to socialize.
I'm not doubting the acuity of your discernment. However, accepting a stranger's hand during the ball is often enough to kindle idle tongues. I suspect even Lady Hurlin neglected to caution you on this point.
No, she neglected to caution her to not refuse offers. I want to help take your ball opportunity. He's the top. He's the top that we're gonna find. He's the ball. He's the kong. I haven't thought of that. Maybe it's because Zayne really is the only person she spent time with here. She almost forgot how different the customs and social norms are in the world compared to Lincoln.
I wish for you to feel entirely at liberty to follow your own heart. Yet, I would also hope not to see you in trouble.
Why didn't you just tell me not to attend the ball?
To forbid your attendance would itself be but another restraint upon your liberty.
I love that that's like a through line for them, right? He still wants to let her make her own choices. So, you really aren't worried about me choosing someone else, are you? A new melody fills the air. Zayne still hasn't let go of her hand.
Well then, have you another gentleman in view for the next dance?
He dropped his accent like every other one. It's so funny. It's hard, man. It's hard to keep up. I'm doing the same. I feel it. At least I get breaks for the reading. After returning from the capital, Zayne and she finally settle into their most comfortable rhythm, riding through the countryside together, having afternoon tea, bickering over the weather or who gets the extra treacle tart. Everything is calm and peaceful. They can let the day slip through their fingers without being rushed by shoulds or musts. But after a long period of leisure, a nagging thought begins to pop up more often. I still don't know how to return to Lincoln City. A few days later, a letter from the Rosses breaks the spell. The Rosses, her aunt and uncle. The Rosses, my aunt and uncle need me to attend certain matters. I'll be gone for a few days. While I'm there, I can grab that strange book from the study and show it to Zayne.
I happen to need to retrieve from the capital documents relating to the transfer of the manor. This should take about 4 or 5 days.
Try kissing him. Yeah, right? Maybe that'll send them back. I suppose we'll be saying goodbye again.
It will be but a brief separation. Morley Manor will remain in its usual place. We'll be having afternoon tea at this table again before long.
Once she's back at the Ross residence, she takes the chance to visit the study. The moment she steps inside, she senses that faint magnetic fluctuation from before. Before leaving for Morley Manor, I tried everything to get that book to respond to me. Nothing worked, so I left it here. Good thing I didn't forget it. She follows the sensation and takes the book off its shelf. She opens it and lowers her voice. I know you can hear me. Zayne and I have been stuck here for months. When can we go back? Months? Oh my God. Yeah, they're not going back. Seconds pass in silence and a huge force surges from the book. The pages flip violently. She slams one hand down to keep it from closing and grabs a nearby candlestick with the other. I don't know if you're afraid of fire, but if my hand slips... Our MC remains the same. She is still resorting to threats the moment she needs something. Oh my god. She's like, this accent is killing me. Get me out. The pages shudder even harder. Ink bleeds across the blank paper, slowly weaving itself into words. The story ends when you completely change it. Remember her just kicking down doors, right? Completely change it. What does that mean? Stunned, she stands there. The ending of the movie replays in her mind. Two people pass each other by, married someone else, and said their final goodbye on a misty morning. Does that mean the story will only end if we make completely different choices from the characters in the movie? Shooting doors. Yeah, that was such a dangerous idea too, shooting the doors. Shooting the doorknob, specifically. Carrying the book, which is now blank, she has more unanswered questions as she returns to Morley Manor. Zayne and I have been getting along quite well lately, but I still don't know his actual opinion of our relationship. Afternoon sunlight streams through the curtains and spills across the tea table. The soft clink of a silver spoon against porcelain pulls her from her thoughts.
Miss, a great many young men have inquired after you since the last ball.
Why? Why? The book just kissed him? Kissed the girl. I must untiki. But
none compare with Zayne. Is that right?
Lady Herlin's voice is soft, but her words cut to the point. She finds herself looking away.
After the engagement was annulled, he was worried you might be treated unfairly upon entering high society. So he pulled quite a few strings to smooth things over for you. I had not planned to vacation in Carrollton County. He had to insist thrice before I at last consented.
He never told me any of that.
Actions, my dear, are often more eloquent than words.
That is definitely a very Zayne thing, and it's also a very Mr. Darcy thing. He carried out all of his courting like via just his actions, you know, and then finally proposed.
But he has been holding his tongue for a good while now. I fear we shall have to resort to more extraordinary means.
She scoots closer to Lady Herlin, eager to hear more. They're plotting. They're concocting a plan. The next day, the manor is already bustling at dawn. That's my preference too. Is that a Tism thing? I think it kind of is. It's the acts of service thing, right? I actually also like try to do that because it's awkward to be like, to validate people with words. So I'll just like do a thing instead. Which is why I think I also end up gift giving a lot. Right? Sorry, I really should stop using those terms as well because like those are not like the love language system itself is stupid and I am definitely not supportive of that. But you know, those as descriptive words they still work. Anyway, the loud neighing and horses outside wakes her. After quickly freshening up, she hurries downstairs and runs towards the portico. I hate that I have to clarify everything. Like, that I can't help myself. Mist has condensed into streaks on the hallway's windows. The air is carrying the damp chill of early autumn. The lit candlesticks in the walls, sconces, cast flickering shadows. She turns the corner and almost bumps into Zayne. When they lock eyes, she can almost see a soft light blooming across his shoulders. He's cloaked in the glimmering golden mist. Mr. Darcy.
Good morning, miss.
How was the weather in the capital?
Mostly nice. The sky was occasionally overcast.
Are you sure you were in London? Oh, the paperwork has been completed.
Yes. There were no issues at all.
Issues. Sorry. I'm trying to say it how he said it and I can't. Her gaze falls to the familiar briefcase at his feet and it all makes sense. You were busy with other things.
It was my intention to return early.
The air around them feels warmer. She waits in silence. But Zayne stays composed as ever. He's the epitome of a reserved, polite nobleman. Even the amusement in his eyes is carefully kept in check. You tend to stop yourself when you're halfway through a sentence.
That is because you have always managed to discern the rest for yourself.
Maybe I'll stop guessing from now on.
If that is the case, I shall endeavor to be a tad more loquacious moving forward.
He effortlessly deflects her comment again. She clenches and unclenches her hand on the fabric of her dress. She's not letting him go so easily. Sound good with the British accent, rather smashing. Rather smashing. Thank you. I'm tired of waiting for your next time. I want you to say it now. Mr. Darcy, you're almost perfect, but unfortunately you have one flaw that's impossible to ignore.
Do enlighten me.
He looks up and her gaze meets Zayne's. Oh my gosh, she is gonna kiss him. I'm kidding. You never say the words I want to hear the most.
Oh?
You keep saying you want me to have choices so that you want... Sorry. You keep saying you want me to have choices that you want to give me a way out. But sometimes if the path you offer seems endless... Oh, that was weird. But sometimes if the path you offer seems endless, the person you care for might just run and never look back. Before he can respond, she hitches up her skirts and sprints towards the manor gates. It's the cutscene! It's the cutscene! Oh no! Back! Come back!
Stop.
He's already on the carriage.
Miss, I believe we must clear up some matters between us. Pray allow me a moment. I beg your pardon. I have been too hasty.
Look, see the hand thingy? That's because hand touching was very
I always thought I ought to be
intimate.
more prudent in discussing such matters with you.
That scene is taken out of the movie for sure. Although I don't think Mr. Darcy did nearly this much gasping. Is he eating the mic? He seems a little nervous. Okay, so here we can... we can use our fingers! We can zoom in and out. Hang on. Ooh, we can look at his little outfit too. What's he doing here? That's cute. He's so anxious. Can we not see, like... the back? I want to see the back. It's not letting me zoom in and out very easily. That might just be with my fingers, though. Alright, let's continue. We should probably stop listening to him make these sounds. You're wet? Oh my gosh! Back! Someone screenshot that. Beck just said that he was wet because of Zayne. Okay. If you have nothing else to say, I shall take my leave.
Pray forgive me. Pray forgive me for coming here. I do not mean to press you for an answer.
I love this dress
Yet if
on
I am
MC.
not to speak up now, I would risk losing the most precious opportunity of my life. I hastened to conclude my business and returned earlier than I had intended because...
He turned... Oh my god, that line is definitely from Pride and Prejudice.
Because
or close, a similar line. Not exactly the same line.
I wish to renew our engagement.
Okay, so the hand kiss thing is definitely from the 2005 movie because that's what Lizzie does when he does propose, and the way she answers is by taking his hand and kissing it. And this scene that we see here, the balcony scene or whatever, is taken from the movie as well in the special American alternate ending. The special American alternate ending because the American audience was left disappointed by the lack of kissing. So yeah. This is very much based on Pride and Prejudice, like the movie. Did not mean to remove it. No, you only removed the second part. The I'm wet part is still there, Beck. Kathy, screenshot that. Screenshot the I'm wet part. Actually, we have it on VOD, so we're okay. We have it on VOD. Good thing
The weather has been very favorable on our first outing.
First outing? So, wait, they stayed here for 5 more months? They'd been here for a month, and they stayed here for 5 more months. Jesus Christ. How does time move here? Oh, it just went off without him. What the heck?
I would rather sit beside you today.
I can't believe it. I'm not gonna read.
Consider it a reminder to a certain married lady. A hasty departure hardly accords with good manners. Will you not turn away from me this time?
I'll be following my hat.
I am honored, my lady.
That's so pretty. That's so cute. Also, don't say my lady. At some point, the mist gathers once more. It washes away the colors before her until everything melts into white. The sound of the wind, the creaking of the wheels, Zayne's soft whispers in her ear. They fade away one at a time. The movie's world has reached its conclusion. A page returns to welcome their reality. Some stories end here while others are just beginning, and she knows for a fact that even if destiny pulls 2 souls apart, a determined heart will chart a course that circles back, guiding them to each other time and again. Oh, I love that their love is all about choice. Even though it's challenging for them to be together to some degree, even though there are many risks, they still always make the choice to stay together. I'm so sad! The writing in this game, especially for Zayne, is so good. He always gets the good stories, and then... Oh God, guys, I'm so... Oh, Hime and I have much to talk about tonight. Gentle light filters into the study. It's so quiet that only the tapping on the keyboard can be heard. On this rare day off, she's in Zayne's arms and enjoying the peace and quiet as he finishes his work. After returning to Lincoln City, it feels as though they are gone for a lifetime. They tried to find that mysterious midnight movie theater again, but when they got there, all they found was a cinema that had been abandoned for years. Maybe life was getting too monotonous, so the universe decided to throw us a curveball? Zayne, it's probably because you're working too much.
I like how that's coming from a hunter who's always busy keeping Lincoln safe.
I'm so confused now that he has his normal accent back. Everything that happened in the movie theater became one of the city's many unsolved mysteries and a memory they'll never forget. But I still can't help but wonder. She scoots closer to Zayne and peeks at the email on his screen. It's from a publishing editor. Mr. Zayne, thank you for joining our ancient medical text translation project as a specialist. Ever since they returned from Carrington City, Zayne has developed a keen interest in translating medical texts from around the world. The ancient script from the movie doesn't exist in their world yet. How can someone learn to read ancient languages in 3 months?
I can only read a little so far. That's why I'm merely a medical consultant, not a translator.
Please don't take on any more new jobs. Yeah, seriously, man, you have too many jobs. If you come to think of it, staying in Carrington County wasn't too bad, was it? At least a certain workaholic got to see what it's like to have nothing to do.
Oh? I seem to recall someone being desperate to leave at first.
So he has all his memories of that time. That reminds me, I've been meaning to ask... that reminds her she's been meaning to ask him something. She always assumed she was the one who changed the course of that story. Yet Zayne, even without his memory, still made a choice the movie's protagonist never would have made when he met her. Why were you so determined to call off the engagement when we first met? Did I leave a terrible first impression?
It was the opposite, actually.
His strong arms hold her as he leans in. His gaze holds the warmest hint of happiness that she hasn't seen in a
When
while.
I first saw you at the Ross's estate, I thought how happy it would be if we could cast aside rank, fortune, and every other distinction. And if this young lady might choose me entirely of her own accord.
And we are done. We did it. The Jane Austen card. I'm gonna end up posting this whole thing as it is. Okay.